follower of Jesus Christ, Messiah. I can't understand what happened today, and nor do I wish to. How can one make sense of senselessness? And how can religious men of conviction, lower themselves to the standard of savages and brutally murder an innocent man? And Jesus, how can he allow himself to be murdered without uttering so much as a word to his defense? It's like a lamb to the slaughter. But you must understand that Jesus was a man of great physical strength. His stepfather was a carpenter, and Jesus had learned that trade. He was a sturdy man, and his hands were rough and calloused. His hands, so firm, and yet so gentle. When they took him to the temple, they viciously beat him with the palm of their hands, pounding his flesh until his blood vessels burst, disfiguring his skin. An angry mob cursed and jeered as they took a circle of thorns and crushed it into his skull. These thorns were as long as my fingers, and the blood. Oh Lord, there was so much. Thorns dug deep into his scalp, nearly piercing his skull. And as the soldiers jarred his body, blood poured down his face and back. They threw him against a pole and they bound his hands with rope. Jesus' body convulsed with unimaginable pain as the centurion beat him with a cat of nine tails. They were leather prongs, and at the end of each prong was a jagged metal ball. With each a human blow, the flesh was literally ripped off of his back. They had stopped until the meat of his back was hanging loose, even more. And when they untied the Savior, he dropped to the ground, and his blood and sweat mingled with the dirt of that place. They made him march up that hill of Golgotha, a beam of wood thrown onto the raw wounds of his back. Along the way, people cursed and spit on him. Spit on the Savior. They were laughing at him and taunting him. "King of the Jews," they cried, "why don't you save yourself?" I don't know what wonder he was saying. Why are you doing this, Jesus? Please, put an end to this madness. But when they got to Golgotha, the horror just continued. They threw him on a beam, and the splinters dug into the wound of his back. And they nailed him to the cross. Scalding, huge spikes. With each hammering blow, his arteries and veins burst, splattering those within a short distance with his blood. When they finished their work, they lifted the cross into the hole. The cross dropped and the Lord's body jolted into place. And it was there that he waited to die. His body was caked with blood and tears, and all we could do was watch his life fade away. Hours must have passed, and Jesus lifted his head, and he looked at us. He looked at all of us. With all Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing. Then he died.